This video demonstrates how to achieve data alignment between the centralized database of IBM Security Identity Governance and peripheral target systems. The first part of the video focuses on configuring a connection with a peripheral target system, while the second part demonstrates account creation and removal on a remote Active Directory domain.
IGI leverages on the Enterprise Connectors application to align its data with the peripheral target systems. As an example, we configure a connection to an Active Directory environment, but most of the steps and concepts described in this video are generic and applicable to any other connection type.
All security identity adapters follow the same installation and configuration steps. First, the system administrator installs the adapter on the target system to control with IGI. This step is only required for targets that are directly controlled from an adapter. Some targets do not require the installation of an adapter, and IGI connects directly with the control target system. Then import into IGI the adapter profile, a jar file enclosed in the adapter package for the specific target. When the target system is ready, and the adapter profile loaded, you can start with creating the connector. At this point, test the connection and make sure IGI properly communicates with the peripheral target system. Eventually, the adapter is available for usage in your identity governance environment. An adapter is an interface between a peripheral target system and IBM Security Identity Governance and Intelligence. There are a number of ways you can connect IGI with a remote system or application. See the corresponding adapter installation and configuration guide for the specific prerequisites, installation and configuration tasks. In this video, we demonstrate how to connect to an Active Directory environment using the IBM Security Identity Adapter for Active Directory. Most of the steps and concepts described in this video are generic and applicable to any other connection type.
The Active Directory adapter allows IGI to create and manage accounts on Microsoft Active Directory, Exchange, and Skype for Business. The installation program lets you install the adapter in a few simple steps. You can customize your parameters during the installation, or after, from the command line interface of the adapter. In this example, we disable SSL and accept the default values for all other parameters. Refer to the adapter installation guide for additional information. The installation will take some time to complete. At the end, the adapter is immediately available for usage.
The first step in configuring a connection to a target system is to import the adapter profile.
Move to Manage Profiles in Enterprise Connectors, and import the new profile. Select the adapter profile from the local hard drive. The adapter profile is a jar file enclosed in the adapter package for the specific target system. Upload the profile. The upload will take some time to complete. At the end, the new adapter profile will appear in the profiles listing.
When the peripheral target system is ready, and the adapter profile loaded, you can start with creating the connector.
Add a new enterprise connector. Enter a meaningful name. Select the identity brokerage profile type, and select the Active Directory profile. Most of the adapter-based connectors will use identity brokerage as profile type. While, for the profile, select what you imported previously, in the adapter profile import phase. Optionally, enable connector history, and save. Move to driver configuration. The parameters required in this panel strictly depend on the specific connector being created. In this video, we use an enterprise connector to an Active Directory as an example. Some parameters are connector specific, but all connectors require a reference to the peripheral target system, in this case a URL to the adapter, and some authentication credentials. Save the configuration parameters. At this point, check the state of the connection configured for the driver. The test connection functionality checks that the communications between IGI and the peripheral target system are working properly. Enable the connector and select the channel mode. The write to channel mode sends data from the Access Governance Core repository to a peripheral target system. The read from channel imports data from a target system into the Access Governance Core repository. A connector can operate in multiple modes simultaneously. Three channel modes are available. The reconciliation channel, not available with this connector, realigns data in a peripheral target system with the data in the Access Governance Core repository. Depending on the specific connector, only a subset of the channel modes may be available. The channel mode configuration tabs provide additional configuration options. The mapping panel displays the mapping between the Access Governance Core repository attributes and the target system attributes. Each connector has already a default attribute mapping that works for the most common applications. You can override the default attribute mapping. To change the default mapping, or map additional attributes, select the target system attribute and associate it with the corresponding governance attributes. Similarly, there is a corresponding attributes mapping for the read from channel. In this example, we override the default connector configuration, adding a mapping between the name governance attribute and the given name target attribute. As a last configuration step, select a periodic scheduling for the connector. In this case, we configure automatic connector execution every minute. Save, and then start the connector. Local scheduling, in the connector's status, indicates that the connector runs according to the selected schedule.
The enterprise connector configuration is complete. We can now start using it to manage accounts.
The simplest way to create accounts on the peripheral target systems, using an enterprise connector, is by selecting the user in Access Governance Core and then adding an account for the user. Select an account configuration. This is the same name previously entered during the enterprise connector creation. Enter all the required information for the account. Eventually submit the account creation. The new account is immediately visible in Access Governance Core, but it may take some time before it is propagated to the peripheral managed target system. we configured the communication between identity governance and the managed resource or application as a scheduled event. At connector execution, the Enterprise Connector application propagates changes in Access Governance Core to the managed target system. In this example, we see that the account has been successfully created in the Active Directory domain. Similarly, to delete the account from the managed target, select and then remove the account from Access Governance Core. The account will be actually deleted from the peripheral target system at first connector's execution. The administrator can monitor the account creation and account removal from the Monitor section of Access Governance Core.
Thank you for your time and attention. Please refer to the IBM Security Learning Academy for more training resources.